Hey everyone, thanks for joining today for this TRM 2.0 lower body and core. For this workout, there are no lunges. You don't need any props. It's actually going to be kind of a version of a lie down special for the first few minutes, for about the first 5 minutes of work. So if you're ready to go, we're going to be fatiguing the right side first. Then, both legs will come together, then we'll work on the left side, and then we'll finish with a glute bridge, the same sequence. So we're kind of going to go over 2 cycles. So if you're ready to work, let's just get started. We're going to start in a forward fold. So separate your feet nice and wide, make your way to standing up. You're going to start with your hands reaching down towards the mat, bending those knees as much as you need to. I want you to turn your big toes in just a little bit more than normal, so the outside edges of your feet are parallel to the short edge of your mat. Making sure that your knees aren't buckling in necessarily. Still finding those 3 points of contact. So if your head is rested, you can kind of shake your head out from side to side. And I just want you to shift your hips to the right and then the left. Again, your backs of your knees can be bent. We're here for another 15 seconds. So you're going to turn your toes out now and then make your way down. If you can sit your hips down a little bit more and your elbows can fall to the inside of your knees. And just stretching through your inner thighs this way. If this is uncomfortable or you're unable to get this low, you can find this stretch. The more manageable variation would be sitting down, and you just keep your right leg opened up while your left leg is down. 10 seconds till we switch through the other leg. I'm just finding a little bit of resistance. So if you are still with both legs, you can take a little bit of a breather, and then you can switch to your left leg. Again, the left leg is getting a little bit more of a stretch right now. Just moving through that hip. So every single isolation today, we're going to be increasing the volume. So we'll be working for a minute in every single exercise. There are minimal holds. What we'll find today is that we may find a little bit of an isolation through a pulse. On your next breath, we're moving into rainbow with the right foot down. We're going to trace the right toes down towards in front, and then exhale as we kick it towards the long edge of your mat. Heel up, toes down. So if you prefer to prop your head up like I'm demonstrating, that's fine. Otherwise, you can lie down using your left bicep as a pillow. So again, we're going with controlled tempo as we push out through the right leg. If you have ankle weights or added tension, if you wanted to hold onto a band, you can find that. So again, I'm making sure that my right hip is staying on top of my left. 10 seconds till we take these into circles. The next time the foot is down in front, you hold it in a hover, sweep it straight back. If you want that added little bit of energy, just push it back 1 additional inch. It reaches up and then forward with control. Don't let that heel drop too low. You kind of be in control. Should be starting to feel your body warming up. I haven't mentioned this before, but if you wanted to obviously listen to music during these workouts, I strongly encourage it. 20 seconds. We're going to keep that right leg straight and tap the foot behind us on the mat in front and then in front of us. So it's going up and in front, and make sure you tap behind if you can with your big toe. So this one you can actually straighten out your left leg down. You'll find that you're unable to Use as much stability. Halfway. We have one last exercise lying down on this side. Can you make that arc of the tap a little higher? Again, this is a little different than rainbow. As you're tapping behind, we're moving into a clam. Notice it's gonna feel a little different than a clam shell. I'm gonna bring my legs back into that bent position. I'm opening, externally rotating my right hip up and back down. So again, no action happens at the knee or ankle. It's only the hip joint that's opening and then closing. For the next 45 seconds, finding a mini pulse, a mini hold at the top, and then coming back down. Exhale to open. Inhale, control back down. Exhale. Inhale. We have 3 more minutes with this right glute before we have a core block. We're making our way into a tabletop for scrambled egg. It's only 1 minute of scrambled egg. We've done this one before. In 3, in 2, scrambled egg right. Taking that right leg, tapping it to the floor beside you, and then sweeping it behind. Keeping those shoulders in that strong tabletop position, making sure that the left hip is over top of the left knee. The higher your right pinky stays towards the ceiling, the more challenging this exercise is. Again, it's only 20 more seconds until we take this into a fire hydrant, which is basically a tabletop version of clam. Next time, right knee bends beside the left and you open out into that fire hydrant. Keeping strong through both shoulders. Again, remember the knee does not move, the ankle does not move. For the next 45 seconds, taking it up with a little higher, finding that little hold, pulse at the top. Put this fire hydrant together with a kick back. Watch that the midsection remains strong and you're not arching through the back. Stay with it. 35 seconds till we hold a plank. Strong through your shoulders. That left supporting hip is working, of course. Until we can reach back onto our toes into that plank. Here we go, plank. Just settle yourself in to that strong position. 5 seconds till we tap right hand to left hip. You can separate your feet a little wider. Here we go. Tapping hand to opposite hip. Can you eliminate from rolling. And then to make it more manageable, you walk your feet out a little bit more. We move into a rolling plank just to get those obliques working just a little bit. They are certainly working with all this glute work as well. Rolling plank, starting with the left forearm down and roll onto the right side. With control, there's no rush here. We're here for 40 more seconds. It's all about control. Again, more manageable would be to lower onto the knees. Seconds. We don't often do reverse plank in the reform method, but when we do, it's called spoon. So you're gonna find your reverse plank hold, and you're just gonna lift up through the pelvis, staying strong through the shoulders. Lower down, lift back up. Again, my fingertips, my index fingers are parallel to one another. More manageable would be to bend your knees and just lift up through the pelvis. Again, advance, straightening out those legs. Same as doing a plank from your toes. 15 seconds till we lie down. Glute bridge is coming up in 5. Glute bridge. I'm going to place my elbows bent beside and roll up one bone at a time. My feet are hip width apart. At the very top, I'm isolating through my glutes, pushing my knees forward so that they land over my toes. Fifteen seconds till we isolate at the top, lifting through our heels. And moving this into a combination of a glute bridge, heel lifts. Get up to the top, let's go. Lifting up those heels, lowering down with control. You're just kind of lighting up that back chain again. Remember to fire your glutes or else your hamstrings will cramp up. So we still have 30 more seconds. If you need to find release and lower down from your glute bridge, please do. Last 30 seconds. Here we go. Till we find our rainbow left. Here we go. Make your way lying down on your right side. The left leg is tracing forward and back. and away. Keeping the left hip over top of the right. Again, making sure that you're not rolling that left hip or hiking it up towards your left armpit. "15 seconds. Keep pushing energy out through your left heel. Big toes down, heel up. Next time the foot traces forward, we're going to sweep it back and then lift up and around. Just creating a little bit of a circle. Moving through that hip joint, keeping your pelvis nice and square, and allowing the ball and socket to move within. Again, if you prefer to lie down with your right ear resting on your right bicep, that's fine. "10 seconds till we straighten out that right leg and tap your left foot forward and back. Here we go. So we're tapping forward in front of the mat and then behind. And again, finding that peak a little bit higher. Again, you are using your left side abs to help make this happen, and you're stabilizing through your right hip so that you're not squirming around on the mat. Halfway. And we are certainly over halfway done this workout. "20 seconds till we move to clam. Left. If you need to take a breather, please do. Get right back with us. 5. We're going to bend that right knee up again. Clam. First 15 seconds, just getting yourself situated. And then taking it into a little bit of a hold at the very top. Here we go. In the next 45 seconds, you open up and just kind of squeeze through the glute, isolating, and then control as if you're pushing through thick air. And that leg should be shaking. Again, if you have those ankle weights or you'd like to tie a band and work through abduction, that's fine. Just mixing it up. No lunges, no squats today. Scrambled eggs in 2, in 1. Tabletop, that left leg is straight and extended. Arms are extended. Making sure the right hip remains over top of the right knee. Can you get that left pinky toe up a little bit higher towards the ceiling? Seconds till we fire hydrant left. Bend left knee in to match with the right. Exhale, open. Finding a little bit of a pause for the remaining 45 seconds. Starting now, externally rotate left hip. Control it down. Holding that right angle through the left knee. executing the movement with the breath. 15 seconds. You've got this. Combination where we fire hydrant and kick back, starting now. So kick the left heel back, bend it in, open out. Again, the core is certainly working right now to keep you stable and move through control. 15 more seconds. Rolling plank in 5. Starting with your right forearm down. Roll onto the left. With control, try to keep your waist a little bit higher, a little bit more space away from the mat as you control and roll to the other side. We're so close. Our last minute of work will be a V-sit. 10 seconds. Making your way onto your bum. You're going to V-sit. So we're going to lower down and lift back up in 5 for the last 45 seconds. Here we go, lower down, exhale, lift up. Again, more manageable. Keep one foot on the floor, bend those knees, scoop up your thighs to make it more accommodating. But if it's just a matter of willpower, stay with it, using your breath to help fuel your powerhouse. Our last 11 seconds. 3, 2, and 1. Awesome job, everyone. You can bring those feet together, holding a little bit of a butterfly position, and pull your sternum forward towards your toes, and then exhale, make your way forward in that hinged position. So we're not rounding through our shoulders. Shoulders are square. That's why I'm showing the side angle. I'm going to eventually make my way forward with my hands as you open up through those hips. If you're able, lower those elbows down, but if you're unable because you feel too much of a stretch through your legs, the inner thighs and your hips, you just back off a little bit more. So I do only walk you through 1 or 2 stretches at the end of these classes. Please take your time and walk yourself through more stretches. You're just gonna shake your legs out. A little bit of a twist, bending your knees. Left hand is gonna scoop up the right leg, or the right foot I should say, and you're just gonna twist if you'd like to straighten out that right leg. You may feel in the back of your right leg, through the glute, through the hip, hamstring, advanced, turn and look over your right shoulder, and back to center, shaking it out. Left hand scoops up, right hand scoops up left foot, and you just turn, straightening out left leg, looking over your shoulder. if you're able to get that additional rotation. Whew. Excellent work today. Thanks so much for joining. I hope you're enjoying these videos and these workouts. See you guys soon.